graph y is x plus 1 squared minus 3. Identify the vertex, axis of a symmetry, and y-intercept. Of course, like I will use a vertex form for this question, but I will also use a transformation. Like transformation will help you to understand other functions as well in the future. So definitely this is something that you need to understand. Now the vertex form, y is a times x minus h squared plus k. Your vertex will be h comma k. Now you can certainly find axis of a symmetry from this, but we'll skip that for now. Okay, so the vertex form, what we have as a from the question is y is 1 times x plus 1 squared minus 3. Now for now, like, we will actually try to match the form, but if you see it right away, you can skip this step. So here the vertex will be what? That's negative 1, that's h, that's negative 3, that's your k. So your vertex will be negative 1 comma negative 3. So we know that this function is the vertex is negative 1 comma negative 3. Now because your a is greater than 0, if you can identify your a, we know that when a is greater than 0, it's a u-shaped. A is less than 0, upside down u-shape. So let's mark the negative 1 comma negative 3. So it's right here, negative 1 and negative 3. And then this one will have u shape. Okay. Now, because the leading coefficient, which is equal to a, since leading coefficient is equal to 1, you remember the parent function of x squared. You graph it. When x is equal to 1, your y value is equal to 1. So understanding your leading coefficient is important. When you go to the right by 1, you go up by 1. So we know that it's passing through these 2 points. So here, instead of, even though we didn't plug in 0 for x, we found the y-intercept. But let's confirm it. So y-intercept is y of 0. That's when x equal to 0, trying to find the y value. 0 plus 1 squared minus 3. That's 1 minus 3. That's a negative 2. So we were right. Okay. So axis of a symmetry is the x coordinate of the vertex. So the graph will look like this. Certainly we can find the y, x-intercept as well, but we're not gonna bother for now because we're not trying to graph the exact function here. Okay, so your vertex will be negative 1 comma negative 3, axis of a symmetry, x is equal to negative 1. Your y-intercept, that's negative 2. Now, if you try second method is what? You start with a parent function. Y is equal to x squared. Well, the graph of x squared, we know that it's a u-shaped, passing through the vertex, 0, 0. Now, here, instead of x, you plug in x plus 1. Instead of y, you plug in y plus 3. Now, you gotta understand this process. It's not negative 3, it's a y plus 3. So the end result will be y plus 3, that is equal to x plus 1 squared. Now, what's the interpretation? Instead of x plus 1, you always think of the opposite. It's not plus 1, it's minus 1. So move left by 1. Instead of y plus 3, it's not plus 3, it's the opposite, negative 3. So it's moved down by 3. So let's rewrite the equation. Y is x plus 1 squared. You subtract 3 from both sides, that's negative 3. And 3 minus 3 will become 0. So what's interesting is this. in terms of equation, x plus 3, y plus 3, but with a point, you will do what the interpretation says. So 0 move left by 1, so that becomes negative 1. And then it moves down by 3, so 0 move down 3, that becomes negative 3. So that will be my vertex. So the vertex will be negative 1 comma negative 3, and axis of a symmetry will be negative 1.